So because of last night's storm, there are some changes you need to know about regarding the rail runner. Service north of US 550 station in Bernalillo is suspended until they get to a bridge that is underwater right now. And you can check it out here in this cell phone video that was captured by a passenger. So anyone who takes the rail runner to and from Santa Fe, you will have to find another way to get to your destination. The train will still run from Belen to Bernalillo 550. Rail runner officials are hopeful that everything will be back on track by tomorrow. 3 Albuquerque police officers are being questioned for allegedly roughing up 3 different suspects. Police lapel camera video apparently captured what has now sparked a criminal investigation. The video is considered public records that News 13 asked for earlier this month that APD refused to give us before announcing their investigation. Here's Kim Holland with more.
One over here, sir.
The call comes in on May 31st. Albuquerque police questioned 4 men who are suspected of dealing drugs in a park.
Stand up.
And then 2 bolt. Officers catch up to them at an apartment 20 minutes later. Even though they don't have a warrant, Officer Shad Solis kicks in the door while it appears Officer Connor Rice has a gun drawn. Shad Solis then fires his taser. Connor tases this man 2 more times, and Solis hits him with his taser. About an hour later, officers found another suspect in the back of the building. He's seen voluntarily lying down with his hands behind his back.
I surrender. You surrender. Stop resisting.
Officer Ronald Saran steps on the suspect's face, and Officer Rice hits him 3 times in the head. The officers are seen high-fiving each other after the suspect is handcuffed. Rice, a 6-year APD veteran, is on paid suspension, charged with battery and aggravated battery. Solis, a 14-year APD veteran, is on desk duty. And Ronald Saran, who's been with the force for 15 years, is now on active military duty. The police chief says the investigation is far from over.
There's other interactions with other officers, other comments that are concerning to us. What we describe as, I would describe as lack of intervention by other officers, again, of great concern.
The criminal investigation is being conducted by APD's own departments. The case will then be forwarded on to the district attorney's office. The FBI is also investigating to see if any civil rights violations occurred. Kim Holland, KRQE News 13.
And unlike most other people charged with aggravated battery, Officer Rice, we're told, was not arrested or booked into jail. He will be summoned to court instead. The chief says that is because the crime happened 6 weeks ago. And as we mentioned, there was an issue with these officers just the day before. The officers apparently answered a domestic violence call involving a couple near UNM. The cops chased the suspect down and found him apparently hiding under a car. Well, that's when Officer Rice allegedly tased him while the suspect was under the car. A violation, by the way, of APD policy. This case is also now under investigation. The hunt is on for some brazen criminals who hit up a popular tourist destination and restaurant in broad daylight. It happened last Wednesday afternoon at the Little Anita restaurant with customers inside. Check it out. Detectives say the busy eatery did not even faze this crook right here.
Immediately entered the business, put a hood over his head, and brandished a firearm.
Detectives say he orders the worker to hand over cash, then reaches over the counter to make sure he didn't leave a dime behind. And this isn't the first time a brazen robbery like this happens here. In November, SWAT was called out when an armed man right here came into the restaurant. Police haven't made any arrests in either case. An Albuquerque woman will begin her 20-month prison sentence for robbing 2 Albuquerque banks. In May of last year, 27-year-old Laura Brooks was arrested. Authorities say she robbed the Sandia Laboratory Federal Credit Union on Wantabo and Comanche Northeast, as well as the First Community Bank next door. Officers say she admitted in court to the robberies. The Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office has released the name of the teen who they say caused a fatal crash in the South Valley last week. Bernalillo County Sheriffs say 17-year-old Damian Bustillos was the driver. He's charged with vehicular homicide and DWI. Officers say Bustillos slammed into a pole, flipping his SUV. His passenger, 21-year-old Alfonso Nájera Garcia, was ejected from the back seat and killed. Well, if you're a small business owner anywhere in Bernalillo County, listen up. This could be really good news for you. A special summit is being held just for you. And if you're not a business owner, there's still good news for you, too. It all translates to more jobs. Our News 13's David Romero is live at the Raymond Sanchez Community Center with details. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Elizabeth. Well, of course, the helping hand for free advice coming to these small businesses here at this summit is not the only good news. As you mentioned, of course, it also could mean a loan of money from the county. Now, officials say from the Bernalillo County Revolving Loan Fund has already helped out about 16 businesses get their start or expand since August of 2010. The county says there is just over $500,000 in the fund currently. Any small business owner and entrepreneur is encouraged to sign up for the free classes today. Business development experts are scheduled to be on hand giving lessons on accessing capital and finding other sources of support for their businesses. Organizers say this summit is essential for not only helping businesses to thrive, but it can turn into jobs for people desperately seeking work.
It's critical to the local economy. A lot of jobs are created at small businesses, one job at a time, 2 jobs at a time. That's the kind of positive growth that we want to see here in Bernalillo County, and our economic development team is committed to helping.
And there are a lot of things on the agenda for anybody coming here to the Small Business Summit later today. There are workshops on payroll, tax issues, legal matters, and using social media to further your business along in the modern world. Elizabeth, back to you.
Wow, very important information, David. Thank you very much. By the way, everything is going to happen from 8:30 to 2 p.m. and the Raymond Sanchez Community Center is located off of 4th Street north of Alameda. Time right now, 5:09. A Las Cruces man is waking up this morning $1 million richer. 31-year-old Justin Lafferty matched the 5 white balls in Wednesday night's Powerball, winning $1 million. He won $1 million. Lottery says that, or Lafferty says that he plans on spending his winnings paying off his home loan and spoiling his family and friends. Someone in Michigan, by the way, won the big jackpot of $337 million.